pull up the results you want me to.
Hey, welcome back to another edition of Ego on Break. I'm your host, Dynamite J. Andrews. Got the Mississippi Madman, Logan Creed, sitting to my side. And we're going to talk some wrestling. I know we're going to talk about AEW Dark. Talk about recent cancellations maybe in Mississippi. Seems like shows are dropping off left and right, which is sad. We thought we were kind of getting back to somewhat of a normalcy, but yeah, that's out the window. And I'm going to ask you about the Iron Sheik documentary I just watched. So
I haven't seen it yet. I know it's on there.
So yeah, so that's what we're talking about today. Right off the bat, while the Mississippi Madman is looking up results for AEW Dark, which had like 362 matches.
16 matches.
Recent events happening, not in our area, but just south of us. One in Hattiesburg, one in Waynesboro. Battle Zone Championship Wrestling and CWL, which is Combat Wrestling League.
Even BIW had to extend theirs.
Yep, BIW had to move theirs. But a lot of stuff, we thought we're kind of getting relaxed rules on the COVID stuff. But apparently it has picked back up. But luckily it's only picked up in like 7 or 8 counties in Mississippi. So I guess it's not statewide. But those events have been canceled. BIW had an event last weekend that had to be moved due to the hurricane.
So the 30th, I believe they're going to
it's happening the 30th, so hopefully that happens.
They're going to be in an outside venue, so they're kind of safe.
Yeah, the Battle Zone event that was scheduled for December is going to be moved to Braxton, and it's going to be a Lights Out and a Partners in Crime taping. And then just got word that the Combat Wrestling League that was happening as part of the Zombie Walk in Waynesboro that's happened around, I guess, Halloween night has gotten canceled.
Wow.
So I don't know if the whole walk got canceled or just everything but the walk, because there's a lot of other stuff going on as part of it. But now you can't even walk in Mississippi, so it's a sad day.
I usually go to the parade in Louisiana for Halloween. Like it would have been this weekend, and it got canceled, so that's why I'm not going. And I've been doing that for 4 years now.
Yeah. Plans change, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's bullcrap screwing the world up, man.
But I just recently, YouTube put it out for free. YouTube just released a bunch of movies and stuff like that for free on their YouTube subscription page. And the Iron Sheik, there's a documentary about the Iron Sheik.
I saw it, I just hadn't had a chance to watch it.
And it's pretty cool. There's a lot of Sheik talking, which means it has to have subtitles.
Speaking native language.
But it's pretty cool. You get to see a lot of Sheik when he was younger, so that's pretty awesome. And
does it discuss where he was actually would have been paid X amount of dollars if he would have broke Hogan's leg?
It does, just for a second. Brings that up, talks about why he left Iran or Iraq, whichever. Talks about him being like the bodyguard to the guy over there.
I know a lot about him because it was funny. The character he portrayed, he was literally against that kind of person. He's like, I hate those people.
Yep.
But he did it to make a lot of money.
It was cool. Like he came over here to be an assistant coach for the Olympic wrestling team, and he coached that for several years. So that was pretty cool. And how he was like the all-American baby face when he first started, which was kind of funny. Seeing how he was the exact opposite of that. They got him famous.
Literally.
But it was pretty cool.
It comes down to a lot of racism made the man a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
And I felt a little bit for his daughters, because they were like, when they were growing up, they were not allowed to date, not allowed to have boys over, whatever. He really focused that he was not running a whorehouse at his house, so he wouldn't let guys come to his house. And that's his words, or his daughter's words. She said anytime a boy would call, he'd answer the phone and say, "This isn't a whorehouse, go somewhere else." So how'd you like to get that phone call when you're 16, 17?
I bet they didn't have early age pregnancies.
I bet they didn't either.
So I guess there's a positive to that.
But it's cool because like toward the end you see Sheik now and he's spending time with like his grandkids or whatever, and he's wearing like these Barbie doll like shades or whatever. She's going, "Papa Sheik, Papa Sheik." So I thought that was funny. She's like 6 or 7 years old or whatever.
Cool.
And he's just like having a ball with his granddaughter, and just the fact she's called him like Papa Sheik just tripped me out. Like
everybody calls him.
Not like Grandpa.
I don't know his real name to this day. He's one of the few I've never went out of my way to look it up.
I mean, he tells it like they call him that throughout the thing, but I don't remember.
Anyway.
But it's really cool to see his wife and then how they met and stuff like that. It was really cool. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. Okay. So definitely.
Now is it WWE or is it independent?
No, it's independent. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think it may be the guys that they were really pushing the Sheik for a while, trying to get him like over on social media and stuff. I think it's those people that really got behind it, if I'm not mistaken. I listened to it more than I watched, so some stuff I just heard, but I really wasn't sure who was saying it. So, and then like I said, there was a lot of subtitles and stuff like that, so I didn't get to read the text because I was driving at the time. So I mainly just listened to it, but it was pretty cool.
So I've seen 2 documentaries technically, but that Nail in the Coffin and the rise and fall of what the hell name was it?
The Black Craft Wrestling.
Black Craft Wrestling, and that was amazingly done, and it was independent.
Yeah, that was really cool. It was the people who have Black Craft clothing. They put that on, and they tried to basically start a promotion. And I think they only had 3 to 5
shows,
events or whatever.
Yeah.
But they went heavy on the Satan side of wrestling, I guess.
And it was fake. That was the funniest part too.
It was, but you can defend people with anything.
Yeah, I think it was more or less they wanted to be like shock culture type thing, and can we get attention off this?
But it was cool because they had the guy that played Pinhead.
Yes, that was amazing.
So I mean,
that's the whole reason I watched the documentary.
Like WWE gets celebrities to come in, but like they had like this guy come in and actually be there every time. He
was playing a dark priest.
So I mean, he was making towns.
They literally crucified a dude, drove nails through their freaking hand.
Yeah, and they cut.
I mean, that was a blood pack, but still
cut
his neck.
PCO.
Oh yeah, PCO's chest.
Cut him chest to like take his heart out or something.
It was like PCO's idea.
Mm-hmm. And then but it really helped make Matthew Justice, who I've heard about through podcast stuff, but never saw him. So it was the first time I got to see him, and really built him up. And at the end, the guy that plays
Ziggy Dice,
he was on there as well. Yeah,
he's like, I was in their first match and I was in their last match.
But the preacher says you can't have the title shot unless you kill me or something, and the guy
over my dead body.
Yeah, and the guy cuts his throat. So that's pretty wild. But definitely, if you just want to see something different with wrestling, that really they put the money in to like blow everybody away. I think they just took their creative too far.
If you want to watch it for any reason, watch it to listen to the one story where the guy literally wanted to shoot PCO from New Jack.
Yeah, wanted New Jack to come out and shoot.
Had no sell the shot, and Tombstone New Jack and win.
Yeah, so
you have to hear that story. That is just, I'm like, this guy's done a lot of drugs or something, man.
Sometimes ideas sound great until you put them on paper.
That's just, I'm like, what?
But yeah, so it was the Black Craft Wrestling was pretty cool. Check that out. What you said, it was the rise and fall of Black Craft Wrestling. Is that what it's called?
I think so.
But yeah, it was cool, man. Like who knows what could have happened if they would have just scaled back some of the stuff.
I said that their vignettes were really cool because it was like B-rated, movie stuff. So.
I mean, they really put the money in and done cool stuff. So. Check that out for sure. Yeah,
it's on YouTube. It's free. I typed in wrestling documentaries and accidentally found it. That's literally how I found it.
It's definitely worth watching, so I highly recommend it.
Gotcha.
And now on to AEW Dark.
Well, the first match was Sean Spears versus Christopher Daniels. I didn't even realize Daniels was still there. He hadn't been using it so long.
Yeah.
But this was probably the best match I've seen in Dark in forever.
It was a cool match for sure. I like that they started it off with 2 guys with name value, and it's so crazy. Daniels can be like the hero or he can be the jobber. Like he plays whatever role really well. Like you really watching it, you knew he was out there to lose to Sean Spears, but I mean, I don't think it hurt him at all by losing. But it told the story, like they're building to him and Scorpio Sky, Sean Spears, Scorpio Sky. And I enjoyed it. You could tell like Sean did such a good job when Scorpio came and stopped the attack on Daniels of being like irritated and stuff, and then he punched the stage hand. That was pretty funny. So until he's like, this could be you.
And then the next match was Brandy Rhodes versus Kylian King.
Yep, Killian
King. My
Yep.
bad.
Now I did not see this match. I was pumping gas when, but I was listening to it, and it sounded like it was a really good match.
It wasn't bad. She just needs to work on that finishing pump kick because it looks horrible. That's the second time I've seen her do it, and it looks like she's about to fall on her face.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, she's
Sound like
improved
they've done a lot of chain
in the
stuff
ring.
in
She
it, and a bunch
did.
of pinning combinations. Like from the commentary standpoint, it sounded like a really good match.
Brandy's becoming a wrestler. She's got somebody in there that knows what the hell she's doing. She
Mhm.
can have a decent
Yeah.
match. And they aren't great, but they're okay. And this was definitely a situation because you could tell Killian was leading her all the way through the match.
Yep, that's cool.
But it was fair. Next was David Ali versus Ricky Starks.
Yep. David Ali was about to be the Great Southern 8 this year. Would have been taking place next month, but thank you, COVID, we canceled it. And unfortunately, we won't get to see David Ali yet in the Great Southern 8. We still plan to have it. But it's cool to see him on AEW Dark for a second time.
Match, yeah.
Had a really good match. Taz even put David over on commentary, being like a go-getter, like he's aggressive, like really like him, but too bad he's got to be in there with who he's in there with, you know. But it was cool.
Let's see. Then it was Scorpio Sky versus Fuego del Sol.
Really good match. Really good outing for Fuego. Looked really good in this match.
Yeah, this match was probably 15 minutes long, if not a little longer. But it was a really good match. They worked it back a good bit.
And Scorpio murdered him with that.
Bruh, I think he slipped, but he smoothed it on his back.
He murdered him with
looked
that
painful.
Scorpion deathlock or whatever.
It didn't take long for Fuego to just say,
You win, get off of me.
I would have done something. And Aaron
Solo
versus Luchasaurus.
Yep, this was cool. Aaron Solo, former partner of Ricky Starks on the Independents,
Yeah.
and it was okay. It wasn't nothing special.
No,
But,
I thought the guy got a lot more bumps than I'd have gave him if I was Luchasaurus. The DDT on the ground to me was a bit much.
Yep.
I would have never gave it to him. I don't think it was necessary considering it wasn't a finish or nothing, but that
Right.
doesn't matter in AEW. But anyway.
But it was okay.
was
I mean,
all right.
the commentary was really good with it. Taz was having a ball, so I love Taz and Excalibur on commentary. They're so good.
This next match I thought was going to be good, and to me, it was boring. Like, I literally wanted it to be over. And that was Brian Pillman Jr. versus Griff Garrison versus the Butcher and the Blade.
I got excited when I saw it was him and Brian and Griff. I was like, you know what, this could be cool. Like, but it wasn't nothing to
No,
it. So
it just drug on and on and on.
Brian got beat up a lot.
And it's like they don't treat him like he's nothing. Like, he is a job guy at AEW.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't think he can get under contract yet. So there's no need to put any stock in him.
But damn, man, get some stuff.
Yeah, and he's just trying to stay on TV, you know.
I understand he's trying to get paid, but damn, bro, they treat him like he's a straight jobber. But next was Penta versus QT Marshall.
This was pretty cool. I thought Eddie looked, when Eddie came out, this was right before with the Butcher and Blade, like, I thought Eddie Kingston finally fit like he looked like he should be with them.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, he's kind of adapting more to their look and style. So, but yeah,
and they brought the bunny out during
this
QT
match
too. They did make that finally make sense.
yeah, I like it because he comes out on the mic or whatever. He was like, QT. Like,
Look what we got. The girl you were never really dating in real life.
Yeah.
Because she wouldn't date you. But anyway. Yeah, that was.
Because she's married.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, they don't stop females.
No,
My bad.
I guess
Should've
not.
said that.
Not now.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm being offensive.
But boy, I got a story to tell you after this. Jungle Boy versus KTB.
This dude was
very impressed
rocking.
by him. I like it. Where does he come from? The woods. Yeah. I was like,
And
what?
I saw somebody in the comments where it said, like, he and Warhorse could be great together as a tag team. And I'm like, you know what? I don't hate that. I could see that.
I enjoyed it. That was probably my favorite match besides the Lucha match.
It was good. So
A Del Sol match. I'm sorry, not Lucha, but I don't know why I get those two
Fuego.
mixed up. Fuego. But Jungle Boy won. But man, if anybody to me is going to get a comeback it'd be this KTB guy.
Yeah,
he really stood out.
He did.
And you could tell Taz and him were really impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how he is on the mic with his character. I don't know if I would want him on the mic, to be honest with you. But I did think it was funny that the guy from the woods fought Jungle Boy.
Yes, they got the woods and the jungle. What's the difference?
But they beat crap at each other. Great match. Next, oh God, was the women's tag match. Evilise and
this was okay.
Diamante versus Kenzie Page and
Kenzie Page.
Okay, again, Skylar Moore.
Yeah, this is cool. Just Saturday, Ego's Bristol Hale wrestled Kenzie Page in Alabama.
Really?
Yep.
All right.
So pretty cool that Saturday Bristol Hale, Tuesday.
Yeah, she's the one that took the pin. I remember now. Yeah. Actually, she's the one I thought would take the pin.
She kind of looked like with the blue and black gear and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, you know what? She could be cool as like an Earthquake kind of tribute person. Like that'd be kind of cool, like with the black and blue. I love Earthquake. That's not it's not an insult. Like an ode to Earthquake, like maybe do a finish or something. Like the black and blue just reminded me of that. Like
when I think of Earthquake, I always think of him jumping around the opponent at the end.
So that'd be cool.
Next was another match I thought I was going to want to see, but they kept doing too much outside interference crap. Bishop King versus Colt Cabana.
Now, I did not see this match.
They kept like Silver and his partner kept coming out.
Okay.
Over and over and over. Quit doing comedy.
Well,
just
that's
stop,
not gonna happen.
Man. Oh God, it just irritates the hell out of me.
I mean, the Dark Order went from like something to jobbers to something to comedy. And I'm like, why, man? Like, you have something. My biggest thing I wish AEW would realize is a lot of these things are going to take longer than 3 or 4 episodes to get over. You're still new. Quit changing stuff so much and let's get people established. Like,
so they screw them up and then they try to rebuild them.
Yep. I mean, like, and you just flip and flop and like, you know, for whatever reason, there's no reason that the bunny became Allie and Allie now became the bunny. Like, why? Just because, well, Brandy's tired of hanging out with you, so.
And it looks like Colt's going to turn on him. So, like, what was the point of him ever joining? You know, so Colt won the match. It was, if you see it, you'll understand what I mean. There was just a lot of outside interference. It didn't make any sense.
Now, what did the Bishop King guy look like?
Smaller black guy.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say he was small. He's probably Colt's height, but not his build.
Yeah.
So, let's try to show you, but see, he ain't a very big guy compared to Colt.
Okay.
He looks like cruiserweight. But next was Adam Priest versus Dark Order 5.
Another Ego alumni, Adam Priest.
And I legit thought number 5 was way bigger than he is, but him and Adam probably looking eyeball to eyeball.
He may have an inch or two on Adam Priest.
They were whooping on each other pretty good. It wasn't a bad match.
No, it was okay. I mean, it was a good showing for Adam Priest, first time being on AEW Dark. So
the line of the night to me though was that Taz said these guys make me look like Andre, and I just was like, yeah, he's not that tall.
I love the fact that Adam Priest's hometown is Battleground, Alabama.
Yes,
Taz is like, I'm gonna come out of retirement, move to Battleground, Alabama, and use that as my hometown. And Excalibur goes, you know, you don't have to move. You can just say you live there. Like, quit killing the business.
Then they did a backstage segment with Kaz talking about basically, I'm tired of being looked over. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a bad promo. Pretty good. Yeah,
he was tired of not being the bride that got married. That's what I got out of it.
I'm the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get me a husband.
Why didn't you say you're the groomsman and not the groom? You know,
the saying is always.
But that works just as good. Yeah, considering you're not a chick.
Well, you know who he is.
I don't know. I'm still confused in 2020. Next was Jack Evans versus Frankie Kazarian.
This is as far as I made it. I haven't made it any further than this.
This match was really, really good in my opinion. I thought so.
So they were just coming out, and honestly, this episode was so long. I was like, man, I just got to have a break.
Oh, bro, I wanted to cut it off. So, 2 different matches.
I just never got to go back to it and finish it up.
But this match was really good. I do encourage you to go back and watch it. Frankie actually wins with a reverse DDT. He's the first person I've seen use that move since Sting and Ring. And I was like, it's cool to use it, though. Nobody else is using it.
The old slop
But
drop.
now that he's using it, somebody else will start picking it up and they'll start kicking out of it. But anyway, but it was a good match. There were a lot of flips and stuff from Jack, but man, this is two guys to me that are just way overlooked. At the end, Jack's partner come in, hits him from behind, and puts him in some kind of weird-looking ankle lock. And Daniels comes out and makes a save, so I think it'll lead into a tag match.
It should.
And I think it'd be a really, really
Yeah.
good feud if they pull it
Absolutely.
off right. I think it's going to come out Scorpio kind of leaves the group. I don't think it's like a heel or anything, but he's just trying to concentrate on being a singles. And let
I just wish
Kazarian
they
and
would
Daniels be
do that. Like, move him on up to the heavyweight ranks and,
Yeah.
like, you know, let him go after Cody or something, like, with the belt or whatever. That'd be cool.
Then the next match was Louis Vale, Baron Black, and D3 versus Silva, Reynolds, and 10.
That's cool.
And
10, another alumni guy. So, it's pretty cool. Ego
see.
strong on this episode.
And then Dark Order goes over, and it wasn't a bad match. Everybody in this match was about the same height as what we just talked
Yep.
about. But it was good. Wasn't bad at all. Silva, like, he's a little bitty guy, but that sun gun is strong. He literally had one of the guys up in the air, I can't remember, above his head and tossed him all the way across the damn ring. And I'm like, wow.
Like, I don't know this for fact, but I think he was Silver Ant in Chikara.
It makes sense. His name's Silva.
Yep.
Then you had Wardlow versus Vinny Pacifico.
Okay.
This match went about 3 minutes, and that's probably what it should have went.
And Wardlow.
And Vinny looked like he died. He was holding the guy by his throat from the top rope, like holding him out, like planking, and drops him and knees him in his face.
Ouch.
So I'm like, well, he's dead. Like, they just do a stoppage match.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm like, I don't
Was
think...
MJF with him?
No, he's by himself.
Okay.
Let's see. Matt Sydal versus Sean Dean. This is the captain guy. They had a pretty decent match because Matt Sydal's kind of become like this technical working guy instead of the high flyer.
He was older.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say.
cool. He's on AEW and Ring of Honor. That's pretty cool.
But he did. They did a good match. It was probably a good little 10-minute match. I think they're seeing something in the Sean Dean, and it looks like they're trying to move him up because he was literally semi-main event.
That's nice.
Then the main event was one I still can't believe it's the main event. But anyway, Sonny Kiss versus Ray Phoenix.
I'm a fan of Sonny Kiss.
And I was gladly to watch him get the hell beat out of him. Ray Phoenix won with a spinning. It went from muscle buster to Michinoku driver.
Yeah, he
It
takes
is,
it down.
bro.
Yeah.
It looks dangerous as all get out.
Yeah, I'm sure it
like,
is.
oh, that's scary. So I bet Sonny was screaming more than he usually does. But the match itself was decent. I had got no problem with Sonny.
I
but
like
I'm just
Sonny
not a
and
fan.
Janela as a tag.
I don't like to hear porno sounds in the middle
Yeah.
of a match, and that's what he sounds like. And I'm like, dear God, just how's that hard? I'm like, please stop. Like, I will literally want to cut it off when I hear you doing that.
I don't know what you be watching.
Now
in your
you
private
go back
time.
and watch the damn match.
So-
I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm like, dude, come on, just grunt. Something.
Yeah. So, thumbs up, thumbs in the middle,
Oh,
thumbs
no, I
down.
give it a
for
thumbs up.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. What I saw. So it's just long, man. Like,
Oh,
I don't
it
know,
was.
have they all been this long, or just
No, this is
did
the first one
feel
they
long?
did like it was 2 hours and 8 minutes.
I was like, wow, man, it's
And
felt like forever, you know.
I got to that main event. I was just disappointed. I thought there was 2 other matches that could have easily been the main event, and they
What
were
would you have
better
put
matches.
as the main event?
The first match,
Daniels and
Daniels and Spears, or actually, I would have put Del Sol and
Scorpio.
Scorpio
Fuego.
easily because they've been doing a lot with him, and why not?
Yep, I thought it could have been cool that way as well. Could have opened up with Scorpio doing the save, and then ended with Sean Spears being on, playing his music and not coming out.
And did you see how they talked about like Spears, even though he's with a moron?
Thanks.
Who's he with? I'm sorry, I went Tully Blanchard. But FTR is with Tully
But
Blanchard.
he's not with
But they're not
FTR.
a group. He's like, well, he's my manager, but he's their manager.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, okay. So they're not trying to do the So
I hope they do, but Spears would have to change his character just a little bit.
I've seen I followed him on Instagram, and he puts up a lot of workout videos. Man, that dude works out all the time. So I mean, I don't know why he isn't on.
He's
the
a
main
vet.
event.
I mean,
yes, I agree.
I mean, he's been around forever.
I don't know why he isn't on main TV. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah.
Like you're wasting your point.
I liked it in the Sean Spears match where he did the cartwheel and the 10. Oh, 10 Jones! Everybody's a Jones in Taz's book. Oh, 10 Jones.
I don't know where that come from, but that's definitely Taz.
Yeah, because he was the perfect 10 guy in WWE or whatever.
No, the Jones
Yeah.
thing. That's what I'm
10
talking
Jones.
about. But he says it all the time.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, that's been this episode of Ego on Break. So check out the Blackcraft Wrestling documentary. Check out the one on the Iron Cheek.
They're
And
both free.
yeah, check out the Fuego Scorpio Sky match because it was really cool. And until next time,
Watch wrestling.
watch wrestling.